What is going on, guys? Josiah LaRue here. So today we're going to be talking about some of the latest news in technology, including the new Amazon Snowball, Google Chromecast 2.0, and a new camera that has 16 lenses in it. So let's talk about that. So yeah, first off I want to talk about the Google Chromecast. Now, I have been using the Google Chromecast for the last couple years. In fact, you can check out my full review of that video right here, where I did an unboxing and used it for a while. And I've been using it for the last couple years and absolutely love it. It's a great device and it's quite easy to sling any type of content from your phone, from your tablet, or from your computer to your TV, basically turning a regular TV into a smart TV. So now Google lately had a developers conference where they released the new Chromecast, which is basically just a refresh, but they really did add a decent amount of stuff to it. So first of all, they changed it to not be the USB stick or whatever. Now it's a little hockey puck thing, and then it has a built-in about 2-inch HDMI cord, so that way you can plug it in and then have the dongle hang out the back, and then just have better range away from the TV. You can get it in there and then not have it interfere with other cords, and then that way they can get away from the TV a little better for better Wi-Fi reception. Speaking of Wi-Fi reception, they updated it to now Wi-Fi 802.11.AC, so it has the fastest connection, providing you have an AC router. It's now compatible with more video streams, talking about that in a second, and it does have better search features. And basically they just updated their apps in the way that it interfaces with the Chromecast. Now, of course, it's still only 1080p. It does require you to have another device as a remote, or basically content slinging source, so it's not like a Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick where it has its own processing power to download stuff straight to it. You're slinging stuff to it from another device, but that really is what makes it so flexible, and also what makes it so cheap. For only $35 you can get this brand new Chromecast. And the new Chromecast really does support a lot, including YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, HBO Go, CBS, Watch ESPN, and many more. About the only one that really doesn't support is Amazon Instant Video, which is kind of sad but not necessarily surprising, being as Amazon Instant Video is very much a competitor to the Chromecast. Probably the coolest thing now is the Chromecast app is actually fully functional. Instead of just being able to set up your Chromecast, you can now use it to search, and you can use it to search for content in the other apps. So if you search for a show, it'll then bring it up where that show is available in all of the ones. Of course, the Google Play Store first, but then you have Hulu, Netflix, CBS, HBO Go, or whatever else. Click on that. As long as you have the app installed on your device, that automatically launches to it, or if you're doing it from your computer, you would automatically just pull up the website for the service. Then you can immediately go to the content provider, click on the show, and automatically start watching on your TV. So not a ton of groundbreaking stuff here, but overall the Google Chromecast is newer. It's more colorful. Now it comes in red, yellow, and black. It's smaller, a little bit more flexible with that longer dongle, and allows you to turn basically any dumb TV or just regular TV into a smart TV or internet capable device. So for $35, I definitely would recommend checking out the new Chromecast. I will probably be buying one in a little while to do a review on, and overall pretty excited for this. Next, I want to talk about a brand new camera that's coming out that's called the Light L16. Now, if you hadn't guessed by the name, 16 stands for 16 individual lenses. So basically what they're trying to do is take on a DSLR, but in an entirely different way. So in a device that's about the size of a Nexus 6 smartphone, but about twice as thick to accommodate for the additional battery and the back of all the lenses. So when the camera takes a picture, it takes a picture with all 16 lenses and then saves the data into a 52 megapixel image. The benefit of that being, because it took it with several different sensors in different areas, you can then change the depth of field, the exposure, the aperture, the zoom, all after you take the image, which is completely awesome. Now, it doesn't have an actual lens, so you can't do like long barrel actual optical zoom, but you don't really need to, because this is, while trying to compete with a DSLR for exposure and creating a good image, you're definitely not going to be using this to shoot really super long distances, but that's not what it's necessarily supposed to do. It's trying to compete as a multiple aperture camera that allows you to take great photos, DSLR quality, in something the size of a cell phone, which is absolutely amazing. But that's not to say it doesn't have great zoom. In fact, it has 35 to 105 millimeter optical zoom. So really, because of those 16 sensors, you can zoom in pretty far out and still get an awesome picture. Now, that's not to say that this is going to be cheap. If you do get in on their pre-order system now, you can get it for about $1,300, but when it goes live, it's going to be about $1,700. So these definitely won't be cheap, but it's going to be pretty comparable to mid-range DSLRs, particularly ones that can create a 52 megapixel image. And not many DSLRs can do this, in that you have to basically set all of your settings before you snap the picture. You can't go in and adjust much unless you go into like Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever to be able to change aperture, exposure, and stuff. You can't do that on a camera, versus this one you can. Now, this thing will be running Android, and it does have Wi-Fi, so you can, after making your settings and saving your photo, upload them straight to the cloud or whatever favorite sharing site you have. So that's also really cool. So it's taking the power of a smartphone but combining way more power of a camera processing into it for a pretty amazing device. So I'm kind of excited to see what the future of cameras will hold, in that we won't necessarily be having a lot of long-range DSLRs for people who want to take amazing photos. That's not to say that DSLRs will go away, because we will obviously have tiers of how professional you want to be or whatever, but the camera market is really changing rapidly, and I'm really excited for it. And finally, let's talk about Amazon Snowball. So say you had, for a very specific number, 50 terabytes of data that you wanted up on the cloud, but you probably don't have a 10 gigabit Ethernet line. So uploading that 50 terabytes of data to the cloud is probably going to take you a while. Well, that's why Amazon has you in mind with the Snowball. What is the Snowball? Well, basically it's a big box about that big by that big. It weighs about 50 pounds, but inside is 50 terabytes of storage. So what you do is then plug this basically data box into your network, copy up to 50 terabytes of data off onto this device, then bring it to your local FedEx or UPS. It has a e-ink screen on the side which turns into a UPS or FedEx shipping label. The information is plugged into it, it creates the label, it is then scanned and sent on its way. This device is super rugged and basically drop-proof, shock-proof, waterproof, heat-proof, whatever, in order a safe shipment of your data from wherever it is in the world to Amazon's cloud service, where they will then copy the data off and put it onto their servers. So that's really cool that Amazon is trying to think of their customers in mind, because they want your information, your data, your business with them, so they are willing to work with you to get it there in a quick and efficient manner. And the cool thing is it's actually decently affordable. You can rent this box for $200 plus shipping every time you need to copy data to their server. So if you're doing a mass amount of data and you want it on Amazon's cloud web services, Snowball is here for you. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. I know I haven't done one of these in a while, so I really enjoy getting back into it. Let me know in the comment box down below, what did you think about the show? What were your favorite things? Are you excited for the new L16 camera? What about the Google Chromecast? Do you already have one of the new ones or one of the old ones? What are your thoughts? And what about Snowball? Is it cool that Amazon is having a data box that you can basically ship around the world and put data on and get on their cloud servers? Let me know in the comment box down below. As always guys, thanks for watching. Maybe you can check out the last episode right here and what I talked about right here. And hit that like and subscribe button down below so you don't miss anything I'm doing. Also follow me on social media, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!